Mm. hmm Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm sorry I'm tardy. Um, I'm trying to figure out why I have to deal with this from people that call themselves my friend. Okay, what I'm getting is I don't post anything on social media. I don't post my bank accounts. I don't post my credit cards. I don't post my direct deposits. I don't post anything. But yet, I'm getting messages from people saying that they don't know how I'm able to do anything that I do and be successful. But yet, as they're saying that, they're also saying within these messages that success is not easy. How? I want to know how success is not easy because all it takes is work. Sorry, it sounded like somebody's coming up my stairs to my door. Don't do it. Um, but yet at the same time, I tell everybody success is not just a thing. It is not a habit. It's something that you work hard for and you keep working hard. Just because you achieve certain things doesn't mean that you stop. So, for the people that have been saying things in regards to them wanting me to fail and wanting me to have to take steps back, if I can do it, you can do it. Honestly. It's not hard work. Find your motivation, get your drive, and keep going with that, whatever your drive is. Now, I will say this. Oh, if your drive is not right, if you are not right as a person, and I'm not saying, right is right, wrong is wrong. I'm saying if your motives behind it are not right, how can you expect great things and your motives are wrong? My drive came from my late grandmother. She basically gave me the foundation to have what I want and build. Not to say that my mother didn't. That's not even the case. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying my grandmother gave me the foundation. My mom poured it into me because I saw my mother doing it. My mother had my siblings. Yay! Sorry, I'm getting a UPS delivery today. Woohoo! I love deliveries. I love packages. So, back to what I was saying. If you have someone pouring in the mold onto the foundation for you to have that drive, for you to have that motivation in your life, then don't ignore it. You see people hanging out all day, no jobs, they're living from pillar to post, and really don't have anything to call their own. or you see that their life is really difficult. That's a choice because they think it's easier not to do the right thing. And, I'm going to say this, it's not for everybody. It's not. Success is a will. And a lot of people don't have that will. Thank you, UPS. And when I say it's a will, it's almost like this thing. And some of you might know the series it came from, some of you may not. But to conquer others is to have power. To conquer yourself is to know the way. Now, if that takes you back somewhere, it's the actual truth. Because you can be really dominating. You can be very forceful. Yes, you can defeat other people if they allow you to. But once you deal with self, then there is no stopping you. I have been defeated. I have been in a low place. But I had to stop battling other people. I was literally battling everybody around me. Because at the time I felt and thought that was the way for me to rise. And in some ways I did rise. Because I became something and someone I didn't know I could be. And that person was filled with hatred. And of course it's still in me. But I choose to use that side of me as a strength against myself. And I say that to say this. If I want to battle somebody, sorry, friend sent a picture. I'll get to it later. If I want to battle somebody, I battle myself. I battle myself to get stronger mentally because I can get paid. And I'll tell myself, I don't have any money. I pay bills even before they're due. So that way, what's left in my account, I split half of it and put it in savings. So that way, just in case something happens, I'm not broke. And a lot of people carry cash. That's great for them. It's not for me. But success is a will. And if you don't have the foundation to have a strong will, which the will comes from your mind and your heart. If your heart is in the right place and your mind is in agreement with what you want and how you want to be better and do better, then you're going to have that drive. Don't let anything stop you. When I was I believe I was 20. My mom wanted to buy me a car. And I was all for it. I was like, cool, I have my own car, yada yada. I can come and go as I please, go anywhere. No. And I kept dragging my feet because I wanted to hang out. I wanted to be a fighter. I wanted to be that person that was fearless. All my mother wanted me to do was get the license, get my license for where we're living now. Excuses. That's all I gave her. Excuses. Because the people I was hanging around wanted me with them. Now looking back, they wanted to keep me on their level because they knew the type of family I came from. And they didn't want to see anyone be above their level. So I'm not saying I'm above anybody. I'm not saying that at all because we're all human. And we're all on this planet together. I'm saying that the way I was raised is to want and expect better from myself. Hard work, see, the term hard work is different for everybody because my grandmother was that person in her field. My grandmother, all my life, all my younger life, she was Child Protective Services. I mean, she was that one. And she was great. But I told her that when I grow up, I wanted to get into that field because I knew what she did. I used to go with her as a child. And the one thing that stopped me, and I told her I don't want to be in this field anymore, is when I had to witness her taking someone's child. And she did it for the right reasons. That's one thing my grandmother always did. She acted and did everything she did for the right reason. And when I was in that moment, that day, with that little boy in the back seat, I talked to him. I literally talked to him. And I said, everything happens for a reason. And this is going to build you. Don't let it take you down. And I think I was 5 or 6 at the time. And I already knew that if it didn't kill you, it makes you stronger. Now, it may hurt us emotionally. It may damage us mentally. But it doesn't take us out. So it's building us. It's preparing us for something bigger, better, greater. And that's one thing that we have to focus on. Because if you start at a young age, yes, you're going to have hurt. Yes, you're going to have disappointment. Yes, you're going to have letdowns. I mean, yes, things are going to bother you. It's natural. But take all of your experience and put it into something great for yourself. I'm 32. I have no kids. And I can't foresee myself bringing a child into this world at all. I just don't see that for me. And that's another topic for another day. But sorry, all my alerts are coming in back to back. I don't know why. But it's you have to have it within you first. and know the steps to take, and stop being so prideful. If you don't know something, you're like, oh, well, I guess it's just not for me. No. If you're not sure of something, if you don't know where to find something, ask. Look it up. Research. I mean, we have libraries for a reason. Can you find your library card? Just saying. Now, I didn't have to do all the studying and looking up growing up. I didn't have to do it because my grandmother and my mother instilled in us, if you don't know, ask. If you can't get an answer, then you look it up. I remember having to write a paper. Oh, good God, I remember writing this paper. And I was asking my grandmother what certain words meant so I could put it in the paper and know what it meant. My grandmother said, look it up. And I was just like, but you told me if I'm not sure, ask. And I'm asking, but you told me to look it up. She said, yes, I did. I want you to be able to know how to use the dictionary, how to use a thesaurus. My grandmother's dictionary, that thick, okay? Her thesaurus, that thick. I mean, she had a book. She had books. I mean, my grandmother had law books. She had science books. My grandmother had books. She would not have a conversation and be oblivious. My grandmother was very book smart. My grandmother was college educated. And after high school, for me, I took a break from school like everybody else because I hated school. I wanted to be done with school. But years later, in my 20s, I said, okay, my grandmother went to college. She had this great job. Back then, I was looking at the financial aspects of it, which could be motivation. I mean, I'm just saying. But I decided to go through. I had two double majors. Lord, why did I do that to myself? I don't know. Two double majors and a full-time job, and I was going to school full-time. Map that out. I was literally living on energy drinks, coffee, protein bars, and protein shakes. Literally. My first major was real estate. My second major was, actually, I had three. There was real estate. The third one was taxation. The second one was business management. That killed me. Real estate, I saw through to the end. The only thing that stopped me from getting my real estate license is I didn't have the money to take the final exam. God's honest truth. And that's what hurt. Because all throughout my college career, every time I would get, my stats and all of that for college, I was always on the presidential list, the dean's list. The school I was going to would normally charge for an alumni plate. Mine didn't. They didn't charge me. I still have the letter to this day saying that my GPA and my grades are so good they want to gift me my alumni plate. And I still haven't gotten to pick it up. I won't put it on my car. I will not. Because I don't want to brag or boast. Because I don't want anybody thinking, well, they already do, but whatever. I don't want people to see that and get the impression, oh, I'm better than they are. No. I worked hard. I worked full time and did overtime with my job. And I went to school full time and had 3 majors. All at the same time. I am stacking money to just for no reason. But at the same time, that's when my mom went to a dealership looking at cars. I was sitting there, bored, playing on my phone, nothing to do. The guy came up and said, you want to see if you qualify for a car? Back then, I was not about my credit. And I was just like, sure, why not? I don't have anything else to do. He brought out the paperwork. I filled it out. He took it in the office. Did what he had to do. Came back out and asked me which car, or pick out 3 cars that I have my eye on. Okay. So I showed him the 3. He went back and did the numbers, and then he showed me what I was financed for. Okay. So he brought out the car that I still have to this day. I love my car. I am not looking to get rid of my car. No, my car is mine. And I'll tell you why I'm not getting rid of my car. I'm not selling my car. I'm not trading my car in. No. When that car came into the parking lot, I fell in love with that car. I didn't have to get that car. And I feel that God gifted me that car to test me, to see how I handle it. And I tell this story to everybody. If you want to know how I did it, I will tell you. Now, it was not easy. I'm not saying it was easy by any means, because there are times that I wanted to give up and throw in the towel and say, you know what? I give up. I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not going to continue to fight. I have no fight left in me. My mom wouldn't let me. My brother wouldn't let me. God wouldn't let me. So I got my car, and I'm not telling you what kind of car I have either. No. So he said the most I need to put down on this car is $300. I said, okay, if I put down $300, how much is my car note? He said it's going to be about between $400 to $600. Nope. So I said, I went in the office and I talked to the head car salesman. And he told me if I leave $300, then if I give them $300, my car payment will be $556. No. Do I look stupid? No. No, ma'am. Not at all. No, sir. Not this one. So I went back out. I talked to my mom. Now, mind you, I had my own job. And she said, do what you feel. Okay, so I went back in the office. I talked to the head car salesman. And I said, I'll leave you $100 to hold the car. Give me 2 weeks, and I'll be back. So he had all my contact info, had all my job info. 2 weeks I went back and I gave them $1,200 on top of the 100 because that 100 went towards the down payment. And he looked at me and he said, "Kid, this car must be for you." And I remember his name. And I literally swiped my debit card and watched all that money slide right out of my checking account. And I felt like I felt empty. I didn't know what to feel. But he held the keys and he called the insurance guy. Now, I don't know why it takes all day and some of the evening for the insurance guy to get to a goddamn dealership. Damn you. All day. I do my insurance online and it takes me 10 minutes. But when the person got to get to the dealership, it takes all day and half the evening. I don't have time. Okay? You done took my money. The keys are right there. The paperwork is right there. Can I just go? I'll get the insurance on the way home. But no. I sat, I waited, and waited, and waited, and waited. I waited so long my phone died. Okay? So I got the insurance on the car. Now, mind you, I'm still sitting at the dealership with my mom, and I'm like, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. So that night, I left the car because it was just taking way too long, and I had to get him to go to work the next morning. I had already missed school that evening, but I needed to sleep. So my mom went back and got hers. Actually, she was there to pick her car up. So I went with my mom, and a few days later, because they wanted to wash it, detail it, and, do some other things with it. So a few days later, I get a call from the head car salesman there, and he says, "Hey kid, come get your car." I couldn't believe it. I thought he was pranking me. I thought I was on Punk'd. I'm looking around my own house for the freaking cameras. I called my mom, after a few minutes because I couldn't believe it. Everything I did on my own, my name, my credit, my social, everything. That's the first car. No, that's the second car I bought. The first one I bought, it was like an impulse buy. I love that car. It was a Grand Prix, wide one. It was wide. I loved it. But I had to let it go, which I still have the key for. But I hit the floor because I didn't want a car note. I didn't want to go through a dealership. I bought my car. I literally cried like a baby on the floor in the middle of my living room because I had no expectation. I didn't know what to feel. So I literally took the bus down the street and I went a few miles to meet my mom because I wouldn't get there soon enough on the bus. So I met my mom. She took me back to the dealership, and the head car salesman was there, and the insurance was already done. All I had to do was sign. And I remember he handed me the keys. He was like, "There you go, kid. That was exciting for me. That was really exciting. And when I tell people that, it's like the look they give is they think, I grew up privileged. How? You don't know where I grew up. You don't know my life as a child. You don't know anything about me prior to what I told you when we became friends. You don't know anything. But people assume. That's what people do. But that's why I wanted to say people are so spiteful and they want to hate someone else's progress. They feel salty about someone's success. If that's how you have to be towards somebody because you're too stupid, sorry, and lazy and uneducated and have no drive and no will to be successful, to dig yourself out of the hole you put you in, that's not our problem. We are taking what we have and making it great. I've used my education. I've used my brain. I've used my own money. I've used my credit. My name. Actually, let me just. My credit. My name. My social security number. My money. My drive. My strength. My will. The foundation my grandmother gave me. And the power and the know-how and the will and the drive that my mom and grandmother poured into me as a child. The path I'm on, I am following in my grandmother's footsteps, literally. Aside from the job, I don't want to do all that. But that was her field. She can have it. She was the queen of it. But what I am tired of is me getting messages and comments on my other platforms saying that I'm privileged, that I'm bougie, I'm sedity. How? I have a one-bedroom apartment that's in my name, connected to my credit only, that I pay rent for every month by myself. How am I sedity and bougie? Because I don't associate with certain people? Okay, I'll wear that. Because I don't walk outside with my pants under my butt. Nobody knows what color my underwear are. Nobody knows the style of my underwear. It's nobody's freaking business. I am not about that life. The life I'm about is succeeding, winning, being successful. I don't care how big, how small. As long as I'm content with it, I will continue. If I'm not content with it, I will elevate. But I am not jealous of anyone. I am not salty. I am not envious. I am not hateful. Anything somebody else is doing, I can do it. It's all about patience, time, will, drive. There are a lot of people out there that are in a certain field, music, that have no talent. I said it. But because they have the great team behind them to make it seem like they have talent, that's why they're still in that field. But yet the ones that have real talent have to fight harder, have to work harder. I know from experience. I'm connected to it. So if you want to say I'm bougie, sedity, and uppity and whatever, go right ahead. Because I'm not going to sit here and degrade myself to quit my job, be living with somebody else, using their money to survive. Nope, not doing it. So if whoever in my life wants to continue to be salty, jealous, envious, angry, hate me because I'm standing on my own and they need other people to assist them, go right ahead. I'm not going to. I'm not going to drop my standards for myself to appease anyone else. I did that when I was in my teens. I did that when I was in my early 20s. I'm now in my 30s. If you don't like me, so be it. I'm not going to change who I am and what I am to appease anybody else. Nope. I'm sorry. Let me do this correctly. Nope. Not doing it. Mm-mm. I'm not going to put myself in a financial hole to get a brand new car to impress anybody. I don't care who doesn't like my car. I love my car. But while you're hating on me and hating my car, you're on the bus. You're taking Uber and Lyft and walking. I'm not. I said all of that to say this. Anything that you want to do, put your mind to it. Use your mind. Develop a strength, a will, a drive. Don't let anything or anyone stop you. If you want to do it bad enough, you want to achieve it bad enough, work for it. I work for everything I have. I work and strive for better for myself. And I don't have to use my body to do it. I use my mind. There's a difference. But nobody wants to see that difference. Everybody wants to say, oh, well, that's good for them. It's not for everybody. It can be. It's out there. But what are you willing to do to achieve it? Being constantly negative about everything, and you know everything, but yet you sitting there and don't have nothing. That's not our problem. That's your problem. Because for people like that, I have no sympathy. None. It's said that this is a dog-eat-dog world, but yet I ain't eating nobody's pet, whether human or not. A human can be somebody's pet. I'm just saying. No. I mean, I'm not going to step on anybody again to get what I want. I will step over you. That's just what I'll do. I'll step over you. And if you are right, I will help you. I will not pull you along. I will help. I will assist. I will give you the know-how, how I did it. What you do with it, that's your business. How you do it, your business. I gave you the tools needed. But if you want to be constantly negative, and I know, and it's not for everybody, this, that, and the third, sit where you are. Just sit right there. People like that are content with mediocrity. People that know everything are content with what they're told. I don't conform. Mediocrity, me. And I'm continuing to grow. I can't be stagnant. It's one thing being content with your current situation and then rising above. But it's another thing to be content with the mediocrity and just stay right there because it's a comfort zone. It's a comfy blanket. No. My security blanket is knowing that I have another day, another chance to do better, to be better. I am not jealous of anyone. I'm not envious of anyone. If somebody else is doing something I want to do, guess what? I'm going to do it. It may take me a longer time. It may take me a shorter time. Whatever amount of time it takes, I'm going to do it. Why? Because I want to, and not because somebody told me to. But for all of you salty people, jealous people, envious, angry, hateful, envious, so forth and so on, have fun. For all of the people that will actually use their mind to elevate, achieve, and grow, congratulations. We need more of us out there like that. But until next time, I have to go get ready for work. It is about that time. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Email me, zakarah@gmail.com. That is Z as in zebra, okay? But I have to go get ready for work. Hope you all have a great, blessed day and a prosperous day. And believe me, being an adult is not hard. Take it in stride. Children don't come with handbooks, and neither does the adult life. Just if you mess up, learn from it, pick up, keep going. That's all I got to say.